Hello there. Greetings, greetings. Keisha here for Wednesday Night Live. Y'all come on in the room. Hello, hello. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Greetings to everybody who's coming in. As you come in, say hello, say hey. I'd like to ask you all to share something when you come in. Announce yourself by sharing something in this past week that has kept you going. There's a lot of wow stuff going on. Hey, I see the hands. Hey, share something that has kept you going in the past week. Because, you know, as soon as you open up this app or turn on the news, there's a lot to contend with. So I'm curious, you know, what's something that has kept you going? What's something that has kept you marching forward and feeling ready for each day? How are you dealing? How are you dealing and keeping yourself moving forward? I'm going to go ahead and share some of the things that have been going on, some of the things that have poured into my spirit. And a lot of those things be beautiful Black happenings around here. So just in case you didn't know, before I tell you about the Black happenings, I'm excited for everybody who's here because today we have a special guest. We're going to have Chris Carthern from Cutting Edge Animation join me in just a moment. But yeah, we're going to talk about this what's keeping us going and things that I've been up to. So we got Karen, yes, sharing gratitude for health and loved ones. Amen, amen. I've been trying to work out, get my health together. We need to stay ready, stay healthy. So yes, keep sharing. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that. Please share some of the things that have been keeping you going. You never know what you're reminding somebody that they need to do or they need to tune into. Just reminding somebody to appreciate nature or something small. You never know. But yeah, it's been a beautiful time here in the town. Walk the Block just happened. So I posted some pictures about that. If you didn't get to see it, it was that event was beautiful. It was just beautiful Black folks and celebration of art and culture around every corner. Beautiful presentation. I don't even know what to call it. It was like a sermon meets poetic performance by Saul Williams to end the day. So thank you to everybody who supported Warnawari in doing that, who has volunteered. That was such a great day. So Walk the Block was something that fed my spirit. We got somebody in the comments. Hello, for me, it's been the working out. It helps to keep my mind focused. Yeah, sometimes when you're feeling low, it's the last thing you want to do is work out. But it is one of those things that really does help. So thank you for sharing that. I also went to an abolition-minded community meeting. It's called Beloved Community, and it's something that Gabriel Teodros and Ijeoma Oluo spearhead. Ijeoma has really cultivated a beautiful lineup of speakers, and there is, just a lot of like-minded folks coming together, and that happens monthly at Langston. So that is another thing that fed me and kept me going, by seeing so many people who are thinking about our future in creative ways, imagining the things that we're not quite living in right now. And then I also, this past weekend, I went to Surge Reproductive Justice's fundraiser. It was a brunch called the Pheromone Brunch. So it's like I went from the abolition community meeting right into just a dazzling display of sensuality and athleticism and artistry. It was fantastic. So thank you to Surge Reproductive Justice for the invitation. And after that, I had to go be a mom and get back to the house. So my kid also keeps me going. That's another one of the things that I would say is on the list. I'm going to be outside this Friday evening as well. So for CD Art Walk this Friday, Kat and I will be at Black Arts Love. There is an open mic for the culture happening as part of CD Art Walk at Black Arts Love. We'll be vending there. So come get yourself a Hey Black Seattle mug or a t-shirt or a bag. Really, a little bit of merch and meat though. So come say hey, grab a hug or a mug. We just want to see folks. So that is this Friday. That event is on the calendar as well. So we love to see some people. And for folks who want to promote stuff with us, that's another thing I wanted to touch base on before I bring our special guests in and I see them in the place. So we're going to get that going pretty soon. I get a lot of DMs and questions about hey, this is an event that I'm doing. Will you tell the people about it? It would be so wonderful if we could catch on the information, you don't have to personally reach out to me and ask me to promote an event. Just sign up for the calendar. Support the central resource that we're trying to maintain for everybody. You go to heyblackseattle.com/get listed and put your event on the calendar. After you sign up as a premium member, then you're able to promote things to the community. It's $9.99 a month or $115 for a year. Unlimited amounts of events that you can post, opportunities you can post as well, jobs, scholarships, whatnot. But that is how you plug into the Hey Black Seattle promotion engine. You sign up for the website, you put your event on that calendar, and then Kat and I look at the calendar every week and we try to pull things in and put it onto our feed. And so that's what's driving the weekly what's going on post, is we're pulling from that calendar and we're putting it into our feed. So there's no like secret relationship magic to it. It really is just we're getting stuff that's on the calendar at heyblackseattle.com/events. And we're, that's where I look for people to invite to Wednesday Night Live. I look on the events calendar and be like, who's got something going on? Let's grab them and see if the people want to talk to them. So that's the mystery. If there is any mystery, there's really no mystery. That's how all of this is happening. It's fueled off of what is on the website. So get things into the website, list yourself. You don't need to wait for an invitation. Put yourself on the in the directory, and then if you want to promote things, sign up for a premium account and get to promoting. So that is those are things that I wanted to share. I'm just going to check in on y'all's comments to make sure I'm not missing any good stuff. But let me know if you have questions also. That's the thing that I don't really get a lot of. I just get people saying, help me promote this thing, but not really like, how does this work? So if you have any questions, feel free to send it over. Send us a DM. We're happy to help you out. So with no further ado, I already see our special guest is in the building. So I'm excited to talk to Chris. I think this is actually our first time meeting. I have been wrong before with somebody pop up and the face recognition comes on, but I think really excited to meet Chris from Cutting Edge Animation and learn a whole bunch of stuff about the world of filmmaking, animation, production. This is going to be really cool. So bear with me while we allow Instagram to do its delay as I bring Chris Carthern into the room. Come on in the room. Hello, hello.
Hello, how's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. Actually, I was just leaving a film event promoting the event.
You out here letting folks know what's going on.
Grinding.
Grinding. Well, hope that's right. So people are talking to you. They're like, hey. Well, hopefully this can be a moment to just kick back, get to know somebody new and talk about the wonderful things that you do. So for all the folks, including me, who are meeting you for the first time, can you tell us a little bit about you, the man, Chris himself?
My name is Chris Carthern. I am the COO of Cutting Edge Animations, a black-owned indie animation production company. Uh, right now, we're screening a short we call Captain Zero Into Abyss Part 2. And it features Keith David as a depression demon. It stars a superhero who is dealing with depression and anxiety, and we see that physically manifested as a depression demon, which is voiced by Keith David. The whole thing takes place through his therapy sessions because Black people need therapy. Everybody needs therapy, and that's something that we want to promote as being healthy. And we have Angelica Ross, who plays Dr. Niobe, the therapist, and also one of the best superhero characters, whether it's an villain, Oblivion. We have Zoli Griggs, Coty Galloway, Marion Toro, Aziz Sharamed. So we got a really nice cast.
That is the cast lineup is so fierce. I'm gonna do a backup for a second because before I talk about the project, we're gonna get there. I do want to know a little bit more about you as a producer. and how you found your way to this work of working
Okay.
as a producer for animation and finding yourself at Cutting Edge Animation.
So I've been producing film probably for roughly 9 years now. Uh, I was a professional photographer, and one of my buddies said I should get involved with film. I did. I pretty much did every job you could do on a set,
Mm.
and just trying to figure out where I wanted to be. And producing is what I stuck with. I've written and directed as well, but producing is where I think was my best fit.
Mm.
And I produced a lot of. It actually started around I would say 2015, where the the first time our now president was going into office, and I wanted to kind of use my voice to highlight things that were going on, and so that's really what got me into film, the social justice aspect of it.
Okay.
And so I made a couple films, one about gun violence, one about uh, well, when they were doing deportations way back then. So one about I went to Mexico, made a movie
Mm.
uh, about that, and like about 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago, uh, I was following the creator of Captain Zero. I didn't know it was a animation at all. I thought that it was a graphic novel because I would just see this dope artwork. I was like, "Oh, this is
Mm.
dope artwork. I can't wait till this graphic novel comes out." And one day, I think I DM'd and they were like, "Oh man, check this short out." And I was like, "What's short?" And it's like, "Oh, it's a proof of concept." And I was like, "Oh, this is the anime?" And I watched it, and my brain was just like, "Oh, this is it. This is amazing."
Mm.
And I reached out. I said, "Look, I don't know what you got going on right now," and I pitched the part two to them, and like to bring me on as a producer. And they went back with the team and said, "Okay, yeah, we all agreed to think this is a good idea." And there was a few things. It was the strikes were going on at the time, SAG-AFTRA, so we needed to get permission to actually begin working. So we had an interim agreement. We were going to meet all the demands that they were demanding. Hollywood, you know, little indie studio, like we're going to meet that. Like, yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And there was another catch. Z, the creator, said, "I'll only do it if Keith David is available." And I go, "What do you mean if Keith David is available?" Like, he's like, "Oh no, Keith David's attached." And I'm like, "Oh, what did I just step into?"
Okay, if I hope everybody, you might, Keith David has one of those faces where it's like
Look,
he's been a part of our lives like forever, and then
forever.
you like 3 Emmys, 20 Emmy nominations. Like Keith David is like part of the fabric of media and entertainment, and that so many of us have seen. So that's a big name to throw out and be like, I'm gonna do this if Keith David's there.
And I was like, you know what? Whatever you say. If you got Keith David, sure. And sure enough, Keith David was like, "I'm free and let's do it." Because he was always attached, but it's just a timing thing, whether he has the time, but he's extremely busy.
Wow.
And yeah, that started the process. And 18 months later, we finished the short. We had to do a lot of fundraising. Animation isn't cheap. And one day we submitted to Tribeca. That was our first choice to like hopefully we got into that festival. And one thing we didn't know was that Whoopi Goldberg was the animation curator. And we got a call. And yes, Keith David, Cree Summer, Phil Lamar. I want to work with all of them. We got a call and it said, "Hey, are you guys gonna be finished with this short? Because what we had submitted wasn't it was a working it wasn't finished.
The
Some
concept.
of it still had animatics. So but they could see the potential of it. And we said, "Oh yeah, well we're gonna finish." And like literally like the next day, they said, "Okay, I need to know if you're gonna finish. And I need you to send me everything you got up to date, and I need to show it to Whoopi." And we're like, "Whoopi who? Whoopi Goldberg?
New Whoopi.
Sister Mary Claire?" Yeah. So, uh, and once we found that out, that I think we were all just bugging out in the group chat all day. Like we were just bugging.
I didn't know that she curated the animation for the festival either until I was learning about you and your work. That was news for me too.
We had no clue, and we got word that she loved it, and as long as we finished, we're in. And so now we're against the clock, and so but we finished it, and I think that was the most surreal experience, the Tribeca experience. Just first, that was the first time people got to see, what we've been working on for 18 months. And my mom was there, like, Mom, this is what I've been stressing over for like all the time. And Whoopi had just such nice things to say.
Yeah.
Such nice things to say.
Well, congratulations on all of that work and having it be received and accepted in such a way. This is an important story to be putting out there for folks who don't know what Captain Zero Into the Abyss touches on. Can you you mentioned it a little bit in the beginning about depression, but can you hit on what the story is for folks who haven't
Okay.
seen the
Well,
trailer?
I'll give you a couple. Like, so mental health is the conversation's better, right? But like when this character was created 10 years ago, uh, you know, there was no discussion of mental health or going to therapy or anything like that, right? And especially in the Black community. And
Mm.
so we're basically hoping that we can help people find their voice, go to therapy. Don't lie to your therapist. You're gonna see our superhero character do that, and that's not something we promote. Um, but essentially, what was the question again? Sorry.
Well, let us know about the storyline so that I watched
Okay.
the trailer. I'm excited to see the short, but if you haven't watched the trailer, because I want people to know this isn't just all right, it's a dope superhero. We about to just save
Okay.
some kitties from the
So,
tree. This is
yeah.
layered.
So the superhero aspect is really there to entice people, right? It's there to bring the viewers in. But once they get there, they're gonna see this really grounded story. It's funny, it's sad,
Mm.
uh, and all those things. It's a real mental health journey that this high schooler is going through, and we can visually see how depression is just kicking his behind.
Mm.
Um, and he's gonna be in therapy though. Like he knows he needs therapy. He's gonna have support, and the Black women in the story are really like the backbone in general. Like his best friend is like a genius and also a crime fighter. Really his like moral compass, and he's just really focused on fame. And, like, I want to be a famous superhero. But what you don't know is that displaying your superhero powers in this universe is illegal. You're not supposed to do it.
Mm.
But he's fighting for social media followers and all that sort of things, and you know how those type of things affect your psyche, affect your mental. He's gonna go through all those things, and yeah, he's trying to figure out why he's having blackouts. That's kind of the central point of the story, is going to therapy to figure out why he's having blackouts.
Um, that's really a cool way to really have the mental health discussion. I think it's also it's very reflective of what I think we're doing in our day-to-day lives, is going through the motions of things, not accepting and acknowledging that we're pushing through some pretty extraordinary mental health challenges. And so most superhero stories just ignore the part where that person in the center of the story is probably going through a lot to do the thing that they're doing, but
Yeah.
we usually don't see that part. I think the closest I've ever seen an animated film get into that was like Incredibles, where the main dude was his life was falling apart. But usually the superhero just be super and then they keep going. And I feel like
Yeah.
we do that in our real lives too. We just be super and we keep going. And
That's what this is about, right? Like, in one of the lines in the trailer, I think you probably remember, is like Xerxes says, "Who's gonna save me when I need saving?"
oh, yep, that was a heavy line,
Yeah.
heavy
So,
line. And I was up
and
here editing, trying to put the trailer in the promo thing. I kept having to hear it over and over. I'm like, all right, stop talking about it. Like,
look, if the short dives into it, gets into it, where you can kind of see, Okay, I see where it's going, but the feature
Mhm.
film, oh,
When
oh.
is the feature film coming?
Right now it goes 2027
Okay.
June. We're still looking for funding. So if you got dollars, if you
You got
if you got rich uncle, send them
Call
my
your rich
way.
uncles and aunties. We need to shake some dollars out the trees. It's a movie we need to see. Bars.
Yes, yes.
So you're out here promoting, getting the word out. You're doing screenings, right? So that's one of the things that you put on the calendar for Hey Black Seattle. You have a screening coming up in Seattle. Can you tell the people about it?
Yes, literally, I was just there moments ago. The Northwest Film Forum on October 8th at 6 p.m. We are screening the short. We're going to have a Q&A with some of the creators, including myself, and we're also going to have the Therapy Fund Foundation there as well. Uh,
Shout out to Ashley McGirt.
yes, yes. So, yeah, they're going to be on hand. It's going to be a good old time. And afterwards, we have a collab with Seattle. We're going to go chill at Havana Social.
Hey, that's a beautiful lineup. Is the director Z gonna be there?
Z unfortunately won't be there. Was trying to be here. You have myself, the VP, who's also co-director and co-writer for the feature film,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have our CFO, Detalian.
Can learn a little bit about the business too, about how you actually get something from the idea stage to being in front of us. Someone left a question. I see a question here, but there was also a question in the comments about are you looking for actors for your projects? And if so, how can actors get involved?
We so we go to the feature film. Yes, we will be looking. We do have some roles to fill. Uh, Follow the Captain Zero TAS uh, handle on IG and Twitter. Captain Zero TAS. When we are ready to, have auditions, we'll definitely be posting on those accounts.
Beautiful. All right.
And
And then any plans to do remote screenings?
so, we did just announce that on Halloween, we will be doing only available on the website. We'll allow people to rent the shorts because I know I think you're in Florida. Oh, you're in Atlanta. You're in Atlanta, right? We're trying to get to Atlanta. That's my hometown, so I definitely want to get there, see people, have people see it. But we are going to offer a special screening via the website on October 31st.
All right. I love that because I'm thinking about I think young people, like middle schoolers, high schoolers, might want to see this. And so sometimes coming out to events like the screenings that y'all are having might be hard for people to bring young people. I don't know if the screening you're doing here in Seattle is what ages, if there's a cutoff for age, but
I would say 13 up and up.
13 up.
Yeah,
But yeah, it could be interesting for families to watch the short together, and that might make that even more accessible having the virtual option.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So
Interns also, yeah, that's something we're definitely going to be looking at. We started putting together a doc actually a few months ago about interns. So I would say the same thing. Follow Captain Zero TAS, and we'll definitely be making announcements about interns.
all right. Yeah, you got a lot of folks in here. Yeah, Atlanta's in the house, Florida's in the house. Like they're gonna keep their eyes open to support. Yeah, look for the internships and the jobs, and also y'all send your rich family members over
Hey,
Chris's way.
goodness.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy promotion schedule to pop in and share about what you got going on. It is entertainment with a purpose. So thank you for the way that you've decided to use your talent as a producer, your involvement in making sure that stories like this see the light of day, get in front of us, and get to get those stamps of places like the Tribeca Film Festival, get in front of the Whoopies of the world, like really taking the conversation big. So really appreciate what you've chosen to do with your time and talent.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. All right, my Black Seattleites. Thank you all, everybody who tuned in. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody who watches this on the replay. And check out more cool events like this one on the calendar at heyblackseattle.com/events. And Chris has a profile up there. So if you are appreciating the work that Chris does, go tap Write a Black Love Note and go leave him some love on the Hey Black Seattle website, okay? I'm trying to spread love out here in the Black Seattle streets. So that's what it's all about. Chris, beautiful, beautiful meeting you. I hope to make it to the screening, and have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You do the same.
All right. Bye, y'all.